Valeria Hontarieva, the head of the National Bank of Ukraine, is finally stepping down. She announced her resignation at a press conference in Kyiv. The National Bank of Ukraine is not going to introduce changes in its policy. A floating exchange rate, inflationary crediting, and a modern central bank will remain unchanged. I and the banking team were struggling for it for a long time. Transparency and inalterability of this chosen way is a formula for success for Ukraine and for support by our international partners. Hontarieva submitted her letter of resignation after months of speculation that she would leave the central bank. She sent a letter to President Petro Poroshenko asking to be relieved of her duties on May 10th. In early March, she confirmed rumors of her possible exit and stated that she would go public with her intention of resigning 1 month prior to the actual date. Hontarieva's announcement is the latest in an exodus of pro-Western reformers who took charge following the Euromaidan protests in 2014. She was appointed to the powerful public finance position less than 3 years ago. According to the Ukrainian constitution, the governor of the National Bank of Ukraine is appointed to a term of 7 years. Praised by investors and the International Monetary Fund, Hontarieva's tough anti-crisis measures saw her vilified by some international lawmakers and local businessmen. The former investment banker held management positions at Société Générale Ukraine and ING Ukraine before being nominated to run the central bank. Her departure comes a week after the International Monetary Fund, which supports Ukraine with a $17.5 billion bailout package, said that domestic politics could derail crucial reforms, such as raising the pension age or lifting a ban on land sales. Hontarieva introduced sweeping reforms, including shutting down half of Ukraine's lenders and switching to a flexible exchange rate. Economic growth is expected to be 2% this year, according to the World Bank's forecast. Hontarieva signaled in March that she would quit after the IMF dispersed its latest tranche of aid. No successor has been named as of now. In early March, the chief economist for emerging Europe at the Institute of International Finance, Andreas Schneider, told UATV that the central bank had been the greatest success for investors and that Ms. Hontarieva had done a tremendous job and her resignation would be a loss.
Mrs. Hontarieva has done a tremendous work, and she's been associated with the biggest progress in the financial sector. The central bank has been completely transformed. I think the central bank is the biggest success in, at least from the point of view of the investors. So losing her would be of course a loss. But then question is who would eventually replace her. So I'm saying this would not be a good news. But all depends on what happens next. If she goes, who will be replaced by?